Hey guys, welcome back. So today's video, I figured I would switch it up a little bit. We're gonna be talking about some of my favorite fragrances for the springtime. So I know that summer is quickly approaching, but right now it's literally like 42 degrees outside. So that is not a summery vibe to me. And during the summertime, I reach for a very different type of fragrance than I do in the spring. I'm very much a seasonal kind of gal when it comes to my perfumes. So for springtime, I like to smell, you know, a little bit sweeter, a little bit more cozy versus summer, where I like to smell very like fresh and bright and, you know, coconutty sometimes. So if you guys want me to do a summer fragrance video in the future, let me know. But today we're going to be talking about spring. And I know a lot of us aren't really going anywhere these days, but for me, I like to smell good for myself. So if other people enjoy it, that's great, but I spray it for myself and it just makes me happy and it makes me feel better. So I wanted to share with you guys some of my favorites right now. So I'm not sure where I want to begin. There's not going to be like any sort of ranking order. I'm just going to kind of like grab things, but I'm going to talk about some of the fragrances that I've quickly mentioned in videos here and there, and then we'll talk about the ones that I haven't mentioned ever at all. So first up, we have this one from Tiffany and Company. So this is the Eau de Parfum Intense, and I mean, this bottle is everything. This is my favorite color. It's so glamorous. So I love how the bottle looks, but when I look at this bottle and think, how's it gonna smell? It doesn't match up. For some reason, this bottle gives me like a very classic, traditional, you know, very safe vibe, but the inside smells very sexy to me. And so let me pull up the notes for you guys because I don't know what notes these are, but it says the top note is Vert de Mandarin and Pink Peppercorn. The heart is Noble Iris, and the base notes are Amber and Benzoin. So you definitely get the iris. I believe that's where the powderiness comes from, and then the base, the amber and the benzoin makes it very warm and cozy and very kind of sexual. But it smells so good. A very musky, powdery, sexual cloud. That's what this is. And it's pretty strong. You need like maybe 1 or 2 sprays max, and it lingers all day long. So I wouldn't necessarily wear this outside of like cooler weather because I think it might just be too heavy, but it smells so freaking good. And I haven't really seen too many people talk about this. The next one that I wanted to mention, I have mentioned before as well, and this is the Kim Kardashian KKW Crystal Violet Musk fragrance. So this perfume I've worn a lot. I'm about halfway done with it. It is a really nice like everyday perfume. It smells to me like a lavender marshmallow. So it has lavender notes, but it also is kind of like powdery and sweet. Like, you know, the powder that's on top of a marshmallow, like that's the powder I'm talking about, not like a baby powder. But it's very sweet and vanilla. So I'm gonna pull up the notes for this, but I was very impressed by this considering it's a celebrity fragrance from Kim Kardashian. They're kind of hit or miss for me. I tried her diamond collection and I hated like all of them. I thought they were really gross. But this one I like, Wifey I like, but that was discontinued. I think if you liked Wifey from her, you will like this one. But the top notes for this are sugar, bergamot, and lavender. Middle notes are star jasmine, peony, and lily of the valley. And the base notes are vanilla bean, tonka bean, and Australian sandalwood. So definitely has that kind of sweet vanilla at the base and a little bit of powderiness from like the tonka bean and the sandalwood, and it's really, really good. So I was very impressed by Kim Kardashian and this fragrance. I probably will pick up another one just because these are limited edition, I believe. Next up, we have this one from Jo Malone. It is the Mimosa and Cardamom perfume, or cologne actually. And this one I've had for a little over a year now. And I absolutely love how this smells. Every time I talk about this fragrance, I say this, but to me, like if I were a mom, like this is how I would want my kids to know me smelling like, you know? It's so comforting, it's clean, it's a little bit floral, it's a little bit spicy, and it's just a very cozy fragrance. And this lately, I've been spraying it right before I go to bed at night. There's just something about it that's just so comforting and cozy, and I love it. So I think the notes of this one are pretty straightforward. The top note is cardamom, the middle note is mimosa, and the base note is tonka bean. So it's kind of like warm and spicy and clean and comforting all at the same time. It definitely has a very clean vibe to it. I also recently picked up the candle version of this and it smells so good. I wish they weren't so expensive. So if you guys know of like a candle dupe that smells like this or like some sort of fragrance oil I can put in a diffuser, let me know, because these are expensive and it sucks. But I do find that this fragrance lasts fairly well on me. I spray it at night, and then when I wake up in the morning, I could still smell it. So I don't know about the other Jo Malone fragrances. I know a lot of people say they don't last, but this one I haven't had any issues with. Next up, we have this one from YSL. This is their Libre or Libra or Lib. I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say anything. You know, sue me, whatever. So this one I mentioned before. I believe I talked about it in my fall winter fragrance video, and I said I wouldn't wear it in the winter. I didn't wear it in the winter, and then I picked it up again in spring. So I think it's kind of like a transitional type of fragrance. So this one, I feel like it smells a little bit masculine to me as well. I think that's because it has lavender in there, and that's in a lot of like men's fragrances. And I don't know, I really like this one. It kind of gives me a sort of similar vibe. Not like it smells the same. I'm just saying the similar vibe that Carolina Herrera Good Girl puts off. Like something that has like a little touch of masculinity in there. This one is a little bit more fresh and uplifting, and I really like it. It has a very citrusy opening. I believe it's like orange blossom, so it's very citrusy, and I think that makes it really good for daytime or springtime. You could definitely wear this in the summer as well, but I personally wouldn't. This is definitely more like a fall, spring type of fragrance for me. So the top notes are mandarin orange, lavender, blackcurrant, and petitgrain. Middle notes are jasmine, lavender, and orange blossom. Base notes are Madagascar, vanilla, cedar, ambergris, and musk. Yeah, it's a little bit citrusy with the mandarin and the orange blossom. It has the lavender in there. And then the base is quite musky with a little bit of vanilla and cedar. So I think it smells really good. I think this is one of those love or hate type of fragrances. I will say that when I first spray this, I don't like it for the first like 15 minutes, but when it dries down, I really, really do like it. Next up, we have this one from Valentino. This is their Born in Aroma fragrance. So I think this is like a flanker of the Valentino Donna, which has like this very light pink bottle. I had it somewhere. I think I gave it away just because I never wore it. So this one, I need to spray it again because... So this one has kind of like a fresh, fruity vibe to it. It has like berries in there, I believe. And then the dry down is vanilla. So this one I do really, really like. I would definitely wear this springtime, daytime, nighttime, whenever. Daytime, nighttime. I'm going from the living room to the bathroom. Does it really matter what time of day it is, Stephanie? I don't know. I'm just trying to make this video as normal as possible. But this one I do really like. I have to look up at the notes because when I smell this, nothing in particular stands out to me. So I need to see what is in here. So it says the notes are blackcurrant, jasmine, and bourbon vanilla. I know there's more notes, but I don't know why I'm not seeing them. I don't know. It's described as a warm floral. It definitely is. I get a lot of the blackcurrant, but for me, a blackcurrant is very hit or miss. Sometimes it smells like cat pee to me, and other times it smells fine. But this one, I think mixed with the jasmine and the vanilla, it's just a very nice feminine, fresh, fruity. It's pretty safe. It's not like anything crazy, but it definitely smells really good. And I do really like this. So definitely a good one for springtime if you like kind of like berry type smells, because this one has a pretty strong blackcurrant, red berry type of smell. So next up we have this one, which is actually a hair perfume, but you can spray it wherever. It's the GISOU hair perfume. So if you've watched any of my hair videos, you guys know that I love the GISOU hair products, and this smells exactly like them. So if you've ever tried them, this smells just like it. And if you haven't, it basically smells like a bunch of florals mixed with honey. So imagine you're like out in the summertime walking through a garden. Maybe you don't have allergies like I do, and there's flowers everywhere, and then there's also just like warm, sweet honey. It smells really, really good. So this a lot of times I will spray when I get out of the shower. I'll put it in my hair. Honestly, most of my fragrances I put in my hair anyway, even if you're not supposed to, or if it dries it out or whatever, because there's alcohol. Do people know that there's alcohol in heat protectant sprays? Like, I don't know, I don't know. There's like alcohol, like so many products, like dry shampoo. So when people say, oh, you shouldn't put perfume in your hair because that's alcohol, a lot of things have alcohol. So anyways, there's my rant. But this is a very nice light, sweet, girly smell. You could wear this any time of year, but I do really like it for springtime because of the florals in there. Next up is this one that I just picked up during the Sephora sale. So this is the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Love is Love. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the bottle there, but it says Love is Love. And so this one, if you know me, you know I love the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. That is like my go-to summer perfume. I just have not found a citrus that I like better. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, I have to try it. So this is supposed to be a little bit more of like a gourmand version of light blue and has a berry type of vibe. So to me, this smells like pink lemonade mixed with Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. So it has that lemon fresh note at the top, but it's more of a pink lemonade vibe rather than straight up lemon and apple like the original. So this one smells so good, and I believe they have like a, I don't know, some sort of whipped cream or vanilla note at the base. So it's a little bit sweeter. I don't know if I would necessarily wear this during the summertime just because I would prefer the Light Blue Intense, but it smells really good. And in my Sephora video, I compared this to the Versace Eros Parfum, the EDT version. This smells very like similar vibe to that because that one to me smells like pink lemonade. So this kind of smells like that, but it has the DNA of the light blue in there. So it's really good. And this is an eau de toilette, but I feel like it lasts pretty well. So this one, I'll spray it because I just really like it. It makes me happy. Okay, so let me look up the notes for you. So the notes for this are bergamot, grapefruit, mandarin, Granny Smith apple, pink pepper, rosemary, apple gelato accord, creamy musks, amberwood, and vanilla. So really nice and yummy. The next one I wanted to mention is this one, which I have talked about. And this, I wasn't sure if I should save it for my summer video, but since I have been wearing it kind of regularly throughout the spring, I felt like I had to put it in here. So this is the Tom Ford Eau de Soleil Blanc. So this is the lighter version of the Soleil Blanc. That one to me smelled a little bit heavy, which kind of was weird because it's supposed to be like this amazing beachy perfume, but it was like heavy to me. So this one is a lot lighter. It's more fresh. It's more crisp and citrusy, and I just love it. I brought this with me to Punta Cana when I went back in February when we were still able to travel, and I fell in love with it on that trip. And now I just kind of spray it here and there just because it makes me happy. It makes me think of the beach. It's not overly beachy though. In here, I feel like when you first spray it, it's very fresh. And then the dry down is a little bit more of that coconut feel. And when I say coconut, I mean more of like a coconut, maybe like a coconut water or like a coconut milk. I don't know. I don't think it smells like straight up sunscreen. I know some people say that, but I don't know. So I have this, and the longevity of this isn't amazing, but when I spray it in my hair, it lasts really well in my hair. So if you have this and you have trouble with it lasting on your skin, just spray it in your hair. It's worth it. It smells amazing. And every time like the wind blows or if like you move your head, you smell it and it just makes you happy. So yeah, I love this. It just smells like a bougie biatch at the beach in the best way possible, and I love it. So the notes of this are, there's a lot of notes. The top notes are bitter orange peel, vert de bergamot, petitgrain, bigarade, caraway seed, pink peppercorn, cardamom, neroli, cedrat, pistachio. The heart notes are morning picked buds of Moroccan orange blossom, jasmine, galbanum, tuberose, ylang ylang from some island. And then the base notes are cocoa de mer, amber, vanilla, tonka, and benzoin. I feel like all of these fragrances have either tonka or amber or benzoin at the base or all of the above. So there's definitely something in common with most of these that I love. And then the next one I wanted to mention is this one. So this is from Bottega Veneta in this bottle. This bottle is something else. It's very different than everything else I have. And the cap, when I first got this, I couldn't figure out how to get it open, but the cap goes up like this. So I don't know what I was expecting, but the cap goes up like this, and then you have this little circle, which, I don't know, it's different. It's different. So this is the Illusione, or Illusione fragrance from Bottega Veneta. It's very different. I really, really like this one, and it lasts really well. So when you first spray this, it smells very kind of woody and green and fresh, and then you get a little bit of that black currant berry sweetness. And then at the base, there's something in there. I'm not sure what it is. I have to look it up. So the notes of this are bergamot and black currant with orange blossom, green fig leaves, and the dry down is with olive tree and tonka. So the olive tree must be giving it that woody note, but it's so different and I really, really like it. It's very fresh and definitely good for springtime, daytime, nighttime, whenever. It feels very different. It feels very European, and maybe you're just like in the springtime walking through an Italian village, you know? It just smells very different, very good, and it's very classy because it's Bottega Veneta. Not that I know anything about this designer. I don't own anything from them, but I do like their bags. They're really cute. So then lastly, I have 2 hair perfumes, and I bought them as hair perfumes to see if I like them enough to buy the full-size bottles, and I think I might get a full-size bottle of one of these. So it came in a trio. I have 2 here. The third, I don't really like it, so I'm not going to even talk about it. But they're from BYREDO, so they're these cute little bottles. We have Baldi. So we have Bal d'Afrique, Freak-a-Leak, and then we have Gypsy Water. So these are very popular. And then the third one it came with is Mojave Ghost, which to me just smells like Marc Jacobs Daisy, which there's nothing wrong with that, but it smells so generic that I don't understand why people go over the moon about it and are crazy. These I definitely liked way more. This one is Gypsy Water, and you see this all over Instagram in the bottles. And to me, it smells like you're eating a lemon cookie in the forest, like next to a pine tree, under a Christmas tree. So this I feel like I wouldn't wear during the daytime. It just has like a pine needle vibe that just is not something that I would wear like outside of cold weather. So I would like this for spring. I don't think I would like it for summer unless it was like maybe a nighttime vibe, but it definitely has like a woody pine feel with lemon vanilla cookies. And then the other one is this one. It's called Bal d'Afrique, and I don't think I'm saying that right, but I like saying freak. And this one I think is definitely more on the unisex side. The other 2 are definitely feminine. This one kind of smells like a dude, but it smells so, so good. So I don't know what the notes of this are. I'll pull them up in a second. But it kind of smells like citrusy grapefruit with sweetness. And I don't know. So let me look up the notes for both of these so I can explain a little better. But this is definitely my favorite for this time of the year. The other 2, meh, whatever. But this one I think would be really good for spring and for summer. Like a nighttime summer, this would be really nice. Okay, so the top notes are bergamot, lemon, neroli, African marigold, buchu. Middle notes are violet, jasmine, cyclamen. And the base notes are black, amber, musk, vetiver, and cedarwood. Okay, so the vetiver is definitely what gives it that masculine undertone that I really like. You definitely get like the sweetness from the violet and the jasmine in there. And then what was at the top? Oh, the lemon and the neroli and the bergamot all makes this really nice citrusy opening. So I think anything with citrus I really like for spring and summer. But I really like this. So that is going to wrap up my top picks for spring fragrances. I know that I mentioned quite a few of these like here and there, but I wanted to have them all in one place and talk about them more in depth. So let me know if you guys have tried any of these, if you love any of these, or what your go-to spring fragrances are, or if you're wearing fragrance right now, who knows? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.
How many can I fit in my greasy little fingers? We're gonna drop that one. We're gonna break our toe. It's not gonna be a good time. So we're gonna, we're gonna scale it back. Oh, my head is itching. Where's the pointy bottle? Yes. KKW Crystal Violet. Scratch that shit. Hey, listen, if you hate my hair, I get it. I totally hate it too. I just feel like a Cocker Spaniel, an Irish Springer Spaniel, whatever you want to call it. I just feel like a dog, but not in a cute way. Like, I love dogs, so cute. I don't want my hair to look like Dave's ears. Do you get what I'm saying?